the Too Many Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Top of the morning to you, my good people. Happy Thursday, man. It's a beautiful Thursday, man. It's your host with the most, man, Tony May, Lavelle Salter, man. I am broadcasting live from Cancun, Mexico, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's pretty, man. It has been raining, but I see the sun is starting to peek through the clouds now. So it is going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful day. Look, man, I got a couple of things on my mind today, and you know, I hate to keep like beating the dead horse down, like the same stuff over and over and over again. But anytime this stuff presents itself to me, I just want to like highlight it and bring it back up again because it seems like um, it's like if I see this stuff and it's going viral, I know that other people are seeing it, and if other people are seeing it, why do you still display the same type of attitude about certain things? Like it doesn't like whatever it happened doesn't apply to you. So today, and I'm gonna bag this up with something else too. If someone takes you out to eat, if someone takes, or if you take someone out to eat for their birthday and they invite friends to show up, should you be responsible for their meals as well? Um, I ain't gonna give y'all the answer like I really want to say, but so I'm gonna say it really depends on maybe the conversations that you guys had. So if I was taking my wife out to eat and I said, "Hey, babe, I'm taking you out to eat for your birthday, and I want you to invite uh, 10 of your friends," and she invite 10 of her family and friends. Well, if I ask her to do that, chances are I'm going to pay for everybody's meal because I asked her to invite people to come to her birthday celebration. I'm going to pay. I'm going to foot the tab. Um, but if I take, if I just happen to say, "Hey, it's your birthday today, and I'm taking you out to eat," and then you just get on the phone and start inviting all of your girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, friends, family, and then when it's time to pay for the check, you look at me and tell me to pay for everybody's food. I'm gonna say hell to the no. I'm not responsible to pay for everybody's food. I saw a video, and this is what kind of prompted this. I saw a video of a lady who went to dinner with her man for her birthday, and she invited 18 of her friends. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but 18 of her friends that she invited to go out to eat with them. And when it was all said and done, she wanted him to pay for not just her food, but all 18 other people that she had invited. And I thought that was ludicrous. Like I really did. I thought that was like absolutely positively absurd of her to even ask him to do that. Um, this is how I feel about this. Like if I show up for somebody's birthday party, even if they invited me, if I show up, it's their birthday, I'm probably gonna be like, oh, I got their meal, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So if your friends show up, they ain't show up with no gifts for you, nothing. They just showed up to eat off somebody else because you told them, oh, come on out, my man gonna pay for this, and you ain't talk to your man or you know, my girl gonna pay for this. Come on, all my homeboys come out, my girl gonna pay for this, or my sister, or my brother, or my uncle, my daddy, or whoever gonna pay for this, and you ain't had a conversation. You wrong. You absolutely positively dead wrong. And I'm not sure why uh, you would even expect somebody to actually do that. And I think people, man, like, and this is not the first video of this type to kind of get out there or go out there. It's not the first one. So, and it's sure not the first one that go viral as it relates to somebody trying to get somebody else to pay for a meal. And these type of videos just keep surfacing because, and I don't know if people are just doing it for clickbait or what they're doing it for, but it really, and it's always us, y'all. It's always, good morning, Paulette. It's always us. It's always us on the end of the stick. And it's always 9 times out of 10, really 10 out of 10. Because I could say 9 times out of 10, but really 10 out of 10, it's it's women expecting a man to pay for all of her friends or something, or her all of her kids' meals, and it's just always something crazy, and it's always about. So I think some of you women are delusional. I really do. I believe that some of you women are really delusional as it relates to what a man is supposed to do, or not even supposed to what a man should do. Or, well, I'm saying supposed to or should do. I think some of you people are delusional. I wouldn't expect if my girl told me if we was married, not married, dating, just met. If she said, "Hey, I know we just met, but I know you told me your birthday was Friday. I want to take you out to a really nice restaurant." Uh, cool. So, I mean, is this like a couple thing, or am I able to invite some of my friends out, to come celebrate with me? Oh yeah, I mean, no, it's not. No, I mean, if you want to have other people, that's fine. And I invite 10 of my homeboys and they girls, or just 5 homeboys, they 5 girls, whatever. And we just, I, I'd be a damn fool to expect my girl, who I just met, to pay for my meal and all of them. Matter of fact, I still probably wouldn't expect her to pay for my meal, but she'd probably be like, "Nah, sis, I'm paying for your meal. I invited you out." But I'd be a fool to think that she gonna pay for my meal and the 10 people that I invited. Like, what sense does that make? But you got some delusional people out here that think that this is supposed to happen. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, we are supposed to pay for your meal and everybody else's meal. And again, unless I say, "Hey, babe, I want to take you out to dinner. I want to invite some of your people out," right? About 10, 15 people out. And especially if I'm giving you a limit of how many people, that means I don't want to like spend, don't invite 30, 40 people because, but if you invite 10, 15 people, cool, we're going to have a little celebration, invite them out. that means I'm probably gonna take care of everybody's food, you know. And then I might even make an announcement. Hey, I got y'all food. Now y'all drinks on y'all, but I got y'all food. And I think that's understood if you've had that conversation. But if you've never had that conversation about it, how do you expect for somebody to take care of everybody's food at the table and you haven't even had a conversation about that? Not one conversation about um, paying for the food, but you expect for this guy to be a food. I think what some of y'all looking for is maybe y'all dad is what present in y'all life, and y'all looking for a man to be daddy to provide and do all this stuff. I don't know. I'm not I'm still trying to figure this part out. And a lot of times it's not just the young women. We used to say, oh, it's just the young girl delusion. But I have ran across some videos, and this is the thing. Like, I guess I walk in, um, I walk in a different, and hang around a different group of people because none of the people, the women that I hang around, represents this type of delusionality or whatever. They're not delusional like this. They don't expect for, and I guess it depends on morals, values, and principles because the people I hang around don't operate this way. But there are a lot of people in this world, and it has it has come out on video that there are some very very um, delusional people out here, and I'm not sure like why. Um, Paulette says, let's see. She said, if my friends volunteer to join me on my birthday dinner, they should be prepared to pay their way. They shouldn't come empty-handed unless, like you said, only if it's discussed beforehand. Yeah, if it's discussed beforehand, and I didn't told you, Paulette, to invite, you know, 10 or 15 of your friends. Chances are, if I told you to invite that many people, or gave you a specific amount, I'm probably gonna take care of the meal. You know what I'm saying? But again, even if I told you that and you invited these people, you ain't telling these people, hey, my man gonna take care of your meal. You just inviting the people because that's what he told you to do, right? Or she told you to do. So you invite these people. That's what these people should be prepared if they want to come and spend and hang out. And I'm not gonna come and hang out on nobody's birthday anyway and come empty handed. If you invite me to come to your birthday celebration at a restaurant, I'm not gonna come expecting for you because you invited me, expecting for you to pay for my meal. No, that's just not like. But there are people out here that operate like this, and for me, and that's weird. That is some weird ish um, for somebody to actually think that you supposed to just show up. And I wish I tried to find the video so I could play it because the video has went viral. And I tried to find the video to show uh, how messed up this was, you know, and I couldn't find it. But there are, you could probably Google it on YouTube, but there are probably of this magnitude, there are probably, I don't know, 10 to 15 that I've ran across just since we've been doing this podcast where, there's some delusional woman at the end of a video camera that's expected for the man to pay for uh, all of her friends' meals, or her husband to pay for all her friends' meals, or her boyfriend or her date she just met to pay for her. It's a lot of videos out there like that. A lot of them. And on the side note, I just want to throw this in as a sidebar. And then I just want to throw this in right now because it's fresh on my mind. I don't want to forget about it. And the fact that I'm out of the country right now. I told you guys I'm broadcasting from Cancun. And if y'all don't believe me, that's that's my hair on the balcony. That's my scenery right now. Okay. Um, if you travel out the country, quit expecting everything to taste like the food in the US. Let me say that again for the people in the back. If you, sir, ma'am, travel out of the country and you've never traveled out of the country before, the food is not going to taste like the food in the US. Let me say it one more time. Third time's a charm. Sir, ma'am, if you travel outside of the US, do not expect the food to taste just like the food and drinks that drinks too. Sodas. Do not expect for the stuff to taste the same or just like the food in the US. What y'all have to understand is the food in the US is a lot of processed food. They put a lot of chemicals and a lot of other stuff in this food that's not supposed to be in this food. When you go out of the country, a lot of these chemicals and a lot of this stuff not allowed in these foods. So you're getting the raw version of these foods and it's gonna taste different. We were sitting at breakfast this morning. We asked for some orange juice. The orange juice didn't come tasting like Minute Maid orange juice, Tropicana orange juice. It was fresh squeezed orange juice. It's not gonna taste just like Tropicana and just like Minute Maid orange juice. It's not. It's not gonna taste the same. So I just wanted to throw that out there as a sidebar while I was thinking about it because that's something that's been heavy. And when you travel with people that's never been out of the country, and sometimes they be like, this food is just nasty. It's just that. Now, there's a difference in the food just being nasty, and it's being nasty because it don't taste like it tastes in the US. It's just not gonna taste like it does in the US. I'm telling you. You go to Mexico, Sprites and Cokes and all that stuff is not gonna taste like the Sprites and Cokes and stuff in the US. It's not. All right, so getting back to our question, Paulette says uh, he also has the right to refuse to pay for the whole party as long as I'm taken care of. Absolutely. He shouldn't even have to be worried about whether or not he's gonna pay for the again, unless he's already you guys have had that conversation. That conversation prior to you guys, you inviting your people. He said, "Hey, babe, or hey, look, I'm paying for all of your friends. Get 10 or 15 of your friends. I'm taking care of the bill. And they're gonna pay for their own things. I'm gonna take care of everybody's food." Or he might not say that. He might just say, "Hey, invite 10 or 15 of your friends. I'm gonna take you to a birthday celebration. I'm gonna celebrate your birthday. Invite 10 or 15 of your friends." I think if I ask you to do that, chances are I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna take care of it because I asked you specifically to invite 10 or 15 of your friends, and I put a specific number with it, which means that, hey, I know my funds can handle this particular restaurant. Depending on what they order, my funds can handle 10 or 15 people, but not 30, 40 people, right? So it's going to be different. So now, if I just say, hey, I'm taking you to dinner, then you say, hey, I'm going to invite some of my friends. Okay, cool, that's cool. That wasn't me inviting, that's you inviting. So your family need to be prepared to pay for their own meal. Don't expect me to pay for their meal. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I tried to find the video and I could not find the video. I thought I had sent it to Lavelle and Queen, but I looked and I didn't see it. Probably because the video was just so viral anyway. I just thought maybe I had sent it to him. But This lady had 18 of her friends that she had invited, and she expected for this dude who she was dating to pay for everybody's food.
Yeah, I saw that.
But he didn't tell her to invite these people.
I know.
So how and before you got on the video, I talked about how I feel like there are so many of these type of videos that's floating around. This is not the first one that we've seen that we've had a conversation about. There are so
Mm-hmm.
many of these videos floating around, and at the center of all of these videos is some delusional woman that
Pretty much.
thinks her husband, her man, her boyfriend, her fiance, whoever is supposed to pay for all of her friends' meals, or and I don't understand. I don't run in those type of circles where I know females personally that would do something like that.
Mm, I don't think I know anybody. I don't think so. I would
That's,
hope not.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know anybody. I don't run in any circles where I know anybody that's like that. And so when I see these type of videos, and the reason I say this is because these videos, if some of these type of videos like this have went viral, how in the hell could you see yourself doing the same thing when so many of these videos have went viral where people have shown you like this is not really an acceptable behavior,
Mm-hmm.
but you still like you're gonna go viral again and make add another video of this same foolishness.
Right.
And that's the part to me that drives me nuts. Like maybe I didn't know better at first, but maybe I was raised in a different type of environment, morals, values a little different. I didn't know no better, and I'd never seen a bit. But there's so many of these videos out here, bro. You could throw a rock and hit one of them videos. And for you to still be in this day and age portraying the same type of behavior,
Mm-hmm.
it's still women out here that's saying, if I got a man, I'm not paying for nothing. Nowhere, no bills, no nothing. If it just cause I have a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a delusional attitude to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
This say just because if you didn't have no man, you would be paying all your own bills.
Right.
So why is it the different that you have a man that you not I don't pay nothing? Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. Y'all and every man out here is not making 100,000 plus to
Now,
even be able to do that.
I have been the benefactor of going out to lunch and or dinner before with some certain individuals, and you don't expect it, but I've been the benefactor of it be 15 to 16 of us, sometimes 20, 25 of us, and one of the gentlemen at the table just so happened to pay for everybody.
Yeah, but you didn't come with that expectation though.
Right, absolutely. But you got some
I
people
get
come with that, depending on who that individual is, and they status. Some people come thinking that this individual gonna do that
yeah, but they may come thinking it, but it's not the expectation. The expectation is I better have my money
to pay for your
to be
food.
able to pay for my food.
Right.
And now I know the caliber of person this dude is. He may just pay for everybody lunch, but I'm not gonna come with that expectation that they say he gonna do it and leave my wallet at home.
Right.
But you got some women that I absolutely expect for men to do that,
Yeah.
and I just think that it's totally absurd that you would do that. Uh, Paulette said sometimes they get I'm buy y'all one drink mixed up with I'm gonna pay y'all be yeah. Um, if they also drink two or more drinks, they should pay for the other drinks and their food. So and that's why I said it I may make the announcement at the table before, like, or after everybody then order their drinks and meals and stuff, and I might say, hey, I got y'all meals. Y'all pay for y'all own drinks now. I ain't paying for y'all liquor, but I pay for y'all meal. I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that at a table with 20, 30 people at the table. Monica will tell you. And she be looking at me across the table like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But I've done it. And it ain't understood that because I've done it before that I'm
Yeah, you
automatically
know,
gonna do it again.
right.
Monk said, and if he makes it known that he's going to take care of everyone, don't order lobster and all that high-end food plus dessert. That's why I always do it after the fact. I never do it before they order, because that's when people get stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you tell somebody, oh, I'm taking care of everybody's meals, so y'all order what you want. Oh, they finna get stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So I let people order what they think they could afford. Because if you order what you think you can afford, then that's what you should be eating.
Correct. That's
And
true.
so after everybody's in order, that's when I say, hey, I'm gonna take care of everybody's food, and then y'all just pay for y'all own drink. They be like, bet.
Mm-hmm.
Then every now and then you get somebody joking and say, if I had known that, I would have got the lobster.
Yeah.
And I jokingly said, and you would have been paying for the lobster. But sometimes people do that. They'll order the lobster and the high end food plus dessert plus multiple drinks, knowing you were paying for it was time. Now there have been situations like doing work where they tell you, this is a work luncheon and I'm taking care of I'm taking care of y'all meals and drinks. So y'all just order what y'all want. Cool. It's right off, company right off. Yeah. It's on the company. Let's do our thing. But I still like if somebody told me before I even ordered my food that hey, this is what I'm paying for everybody's food. I still wouldn't order the top of the thing, the top of the line, like the 30-ounce ribeye steak. Yeah. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still not gonna do that. I'm gonna order what I would have ordered ordinarily if I was paying for it myself.
That's what should
I'm
happen.
not gonna do it. But I don't understand that, how some people just could be so freaking delusional to the point where you just think people are supposed to actually pay for your meal and everybody else's meal too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Oh,
And let me get back. I want to hop back real quick. Because you kind of came in on tail end of this, but I want to hop back really quick because something else just popped up in my head about this eating out the country. A lot of times when you eat out the country, uh, this you will learn real quick when you visit certain countries, certain places, right?
mm-hmm.
So I already know that when if I'm on a cruise ship or if I'm in Mexico, there's at least three things that I'm gonna take from the US that I got to have if I want to eat like that. There's three things. The number one thing, cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I brought me 2 packs of cheese, bro, shredded cheese on this trip
That's all that.
in my luggage. Um, dressing, salad dressing. The salad dressing does not taste the same here. Well, at least the ranch don't, because I don't eat none of the other. The ranch don't taste the same. I brought me a bottle of ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm on cruise ships, I take me a bottle of ranch. And you can't hardly find no cheese, shredded cheese on no cruise ship or in Mexico. Unless it's like uh it's like this big like the pizza type of cheese that go on top of the pizza that they use put on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hot sauce. That's the third thing.
You got
If you like
keep hot sauce in their pocketbook anyway, they purse.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just telling y'all, baby. I dropped my thing. I might have dropped it at the restaurant. My stylist. Yeah, I must have dropped it at the restaurant when I dropped my phone. Uh, man, them damn stylists come about $20. Um, yeah. So I got tired of saw my stylist. I'm like, what the hell stylist? Uh, if you can, just don't expect the food to taste the same. It's not. Because again, the US has a lot of processed food, and with these processed foods, it tastes they all these extra additives and all this stuff that they put in the foods. They're not gonna put this stuff in the foods in other countries. It's not.
Hmm.
So that's why I really like the I can eat breakfast in just about any place I go because eggs are universal, pretty much. And peppers, onions, the vegetables are really good in other countries. The vegetables and the fruit, really good. So I'm always gonna eat me a lot of vegetables and fruit. And uh, I could eat breakfast is always gonna be good.
Hmm.
So now that I got that because I had to say that was on my mind. I'm just so sick and tired of people going out the country to my, hey, they don't like it. It don't taste the same like the US. It's not gonna taste the same. And like
Hmm.
like last night, yesterday evening, I heard two young people say they didn't like the food, and I said, "What don't you like about the food?" They said, "There's no American food here." I said, "This ain't America."
Duh.
I said, "This ain't America," and I said, "Second of all, there is Americanized food here." I said, "They got a McDonald's, they got a couple other little restaurants here that's like the U.S. The U.S. food." And I said, "But why would you want to go to another country to eat the same shit you could eat at home?"
I was just thinking the same thing. I would be, I'm gonna be excited to try other stuff that I won't be
Try
able to get
something
here
new, right?
in the country.
Right. Or
I'm
at
gonna try to
least
try,
try.
especially like the fruits and stuff because the fruits you get some fruits that isn't out of other countries and I hadn't really traveled out like that, but just watching little stuff on
Yeah,
TV, stuff like that. Certain fruits and
yeah,
vegetables you can't even get here.
yeah. Man, some of the fruits, bro, in other countries be the bomb, bro. Like be so freaking sweet and good. And the juices are not gonna take the same because everything is freshly squeezed juices. So it's not
Hmm.
gonna taste like this processed orange juice, Tropicana, and all that stuff. It's not simply orange juice. It's not gonna taste like that. It's not processed orange juice like that.
Hmm.
Loretta said the omelets are usually the bomb. I always get an omelet when I'm out the country because they crack them eggs right there in front of you, put them eggs, and you get your fresh vegetables and put in there and give me some spinach and some onions and bell pepper and little tomato, make me a fresh little omelet.
Hmm.
And so yeah, them omelets do be the bomb. But
Yeah.
you can almost like so I guess this today would be this is kind of I guess a two. But that's also when I first started this is more I was like it's a lot of stuff on my mind because when you travel, man, every time I travel, it's like I hear stuff and I experience stuff and I be like, people just don't get it, man. Like if I'm traveling, I don't want to eat the same stuff I can get at home all the time. Now I may want
Hmm.
sometimes because you can try some stuff and you just like, okay, I don't like that. I tried that. I don't like that food. Like the different type of fishes and stuff like that. You know, I eat fish, so the different types of fish I will try 'em. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably can't necessarily get you if you get it at home, it won't be fresh. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And
So
a lot of time when you're traveling, and you can attest to this, you can find cuisine. You get stuff that you ain't gonna even get back when you get back home. These folks, they actually, they 5-star chefs. You know what I'm saying? They doing fine cuisines and You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. So I'm
Yep.
excited. Man, let me try that. Let me try this.
Right. And being at an all inclusive, a lot of times depending on the resort, a lot of them have fine dining restaurants on the resorts. Like this particular resort we in have about 5 or 6 restaurants in it. Um, I'm not gonna say that they are uh just totally elegant type fine dining or the meals are, top tier meals, you know. But I have been to a 5-star resort in Cancun that hands down was the best food that I've eaten anywhere.
Mhm.
And I'm talking about that's when I was eating meat. Man, the best food in it, fresh, everything. Like no people in plate. Um, and so I could say like this particular resort, and to be honest with you, I would never stay at this resort again because this resort gives me hotel vibes instead of resort vibes,
Mhm.
you know, or like a condo on the beach without a kitchen, type vibe, And when you're on a resort, man, you want like most resorts have property. Like it's a big old property and there's activities all over this property. You can go over here. Like it might take you 2 or 3 days to go across the entire resort to figure out what's on this side. Not in one day. You can walk through the hotel and everything in one day in 2 hours. you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's a little different. And I didn't pick this place. If somebody's having a wedding here, and I'm glad the sun is coming out now. So her wedding's at 2. I'm glad the sun is coming out now, so her wedding could be beautiful on the beach today. Yeah, because it was storming this morning, storming and lightning and thundering, but now the sun is coming out, so I'm glad that she can
They
enjoy
got
the sunshine.
it's a spot in out in is it North Memphis? I think it's North Memphis.
Hmm.
You can't even get down the street. There's much water.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. So, and I got
Yeah.
hopefully I don't run into none of this. I got an event to do this morning, so I doubt if I even get on the
Yeah.
expressway to kind of die down. But I'm just gonna take the streetway. I don't
Right.
know.
So I think from what we've talked about already that we pretty much I think I hate this. I just hate like this keeps kind of resurfacing because it seems like I don't know if I saw a video and the video was evident of some behavior that I display.
Hmm.
And when I saw it, I was like, damn, and then somebody kind of pointed it out. Let's say I saw the video of monkeys, babe, that's you. You be doing that sometimes. I would probably look at that video over and over again and be like, you know what? This me. I don't like that. That's that behavior. I ain't doing that no more. Right?
Hmm.
But for some reason, these women can see these videos and absolutely agree that yeah, he should be paying. He a man. He should pay for everybody.
Hmm.
I don't like. Where do you get this mindset from?
Hmm.
Where did this come from? Or the fact that the man just has to pay for everything. Oh, if he dated me, he paying for everything. So I'm the man. I'm dating you. I make $50,000 a year. You're a woman. You make $80,000 a year. I'm gonna take my 50,000, pay all my bills and all your bills, so I have shit, and you walking around stacking your 80,000, shopping and doing every damn thing you want to do.
Right.
That don't even make sense for me.
We don't.
That makes no sense to me. Or hell, even if I was making 200, 150, $200,000 a year,
Hmm.
you gonna pay some shit. You gonna pay if especially if I didn't live with you. Oh, you paying your own bills. I might help you, Look, I might help you, but you gonna pay your own bill.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is where you know I differ, and I see some guys on the post, and I don't know if they be trying to do their clout chase or whatever. They be on the post. Yeah, man, my gal ain't paying for nothing. Man. I believe the man folks take care of everything. I be like, bro, kill yourself.
Oh,
Kill yourself, bro, cause you tripping. You not supposed look in this economy, bro. In this day and time, in this economy, it's hard for one person to make it. So how is one person supposed to support two people
mm-hmm.
or a whole family? What if it's you, the wife, 2 kids, 3 kids? You need two incomes to make things work.
Yep. Well, a lot of time, man, with us, we, depending on the status of the individual and how you live, what you drive, what I'm saying, how much you into social media, you know, light, how you appear to be in the city. Folks be counting your pockets. They think, oh man, he got it.
Yeah,
He can, what I'm saying. Don't
right,
do me. Don't count my pocket. If I choose
right,
to splurge on you or do something, let that be my choice. Like you said
right,
earlier,
right,
I'm not just finna just be, every time you see me, oh yeah, man, I got it, man. No, man, you got cats like that, that back in the day used to move like that, the dope boys and
right,
stuff like
right, right.
we live in a different day and time, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, it's harder. It's hard to be and me and Monica, by most standards, we've done well for ourselves,
Hmm.
but we still ain't nowhere near where we want to be in life. Nowhere
Right.
near where we want to be. And if we are, um, if we being honest, you know, it's just it's different, man. And hell, even with the two incomes and then now you gotta understand, like her income has been cut in half since she retired.
Yep.
So we ain't even making the same money that we was making 6 months ago.
Right.
you know, so it's not easy.
Hmm.
So how do you expect for one person, this man, to support an entire household, your household, his household, or I'm gonna give you a benefit of the doubt. Y'all live together. Y'all shacking up. He paying all the bills, and you take your money. And I'm talking about groceries, like cable, everything, car notes, everything. And then you take your money and you go on girls' trips and shopping and hanging out. Absolutely, Phyllis. Absolutely. I think the man should be the provider, has people confused with just money. That's totally crazy. And you're absolutely right, Phyllis. And I think that's where a lot of people are mixed up at.
Hmm.
That I'm the sole provider. And no, I'm a provider, not the sole provider.
Right.
You know, if I'm a sole provider, now and then I hate when people use this reference of my granddaddy did it and but yeah, granddaddy did it, but grandmama stayed at home, grandmama didn't work, grandmama had meal on the table every day, grandmama took care of the entire household, made sure the kids were straight, all that stuff. When granddaddy got home, he ain't had to do shit but get his plate, take his shower, and go sit on the porch of the house, drink his beer, whatever he was doing.
Hmm.
He brought the money home to take care of the bills, and people didn't live above their means back then either.
Yeah. And stuff was cheaper.
It was cheaper, but but they didn't make the money that we make now today either. So so I'm gonna say that it was the same in that aspect, but it was the thing that people didn't live above their means, Lavelle. If I know we didn't need 3 cars and a 16 bedroom. Look, my grandmama raised probably one given time it was probably at least 10 in the house. It was well I'm gonna say 8 in the house, probably at least 8 in the house at one given time because some of the older ones probably had moved out and got their own place or whatever. But 8 people and she only had a 3 bedroom. Let me see. One, two, I don't even know if it was a 3 bedroom. Might have been a 2 bedroom.
Mm.
And dad and granddad and grandma was in the room, so all the kids shared another room.
Yep.
Slept where they could sleep. And I heard the stories of my mom talking about how like they wore each other's clothes. Like the older one, some got too little for older one, it was passed down to the younger ones. And how
And
they had
hand me down.
the potato sack, making dresses and stuff and clothes out of potato sack, man. I was like, what? But they did what they had to do. So don't throw that granddaddy. I don't like people throwing that granddaddy reference up, talking about granddaddy took care of everything. Yeah, but grandmama was taking care of the house too. Big time taking care of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you are a stay-at-home mom now, and the man has said to you, babe, I want you to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm gonna take care of everything. Well, then that's what it is. Because that man has said, look, you're gonna be a stay-at-home mom. I just want you to stay at home, take care of the house, take care of the kids. I'm gonna go get her and get the money and pay all the bills. Then that's different.
Right.
But you work, I work, and I come home and I take all the money and pay all the bills. And then you take your money and you go and have whatever girls trips and all this stuff. And I can't take a damn trip because I'm paying all the bills. I don't even get invited on the trip. Nigga, I don't even get invited on the trip. Philly said they actually survived with one bathroom. Absolutely.
I don't know how
I
they
don't
did
know. Man, that's a hard one for me, especially if you got a lot of women in the house.
I don't know how they did that.
And it was a lot of women in my mom's house. So I don't know how they survive like that.
The first 45 minutes, I wake up, this is my conference room. You ain't getting this.
See, I'm about I ain't like that. I ain't you too much of a deep. I'm in. Do what I need to do, wash my face, brush my teeth, gotta hop in the shower, in and out. Shit, I'm out of there. Unless I gotta go in there and shave and cut my hair and all that. But if I didn't, because I don't have to do that for every 2 or 3 days. So
Well, I see what I see, but I didn't say what I see. I just trying to be discreet.
Oh, well, that's different when you gotta go in there. And toilet activity is different. That's different. That's a little different. Let's clock this tea, man. Let's clock this tea before we get out of here.
Morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl, Queen Watkins. I hope y'all having an amazing morning. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock that tea. Now, I know we probably all heard that R. Kelly overdosed while he was in prison. So let's talk about it. So allegedly, the prison gave R. Kelly a fatal amount of medication, hospital medication, that he overdosed on while he was in solitary confinement. So they gave him his medication. They ended up finding him the next day, like slumped over, barely being able to breathe. So allegedly, the officers gave him way too much and they were not trying to help him while he was in jail,
They're trying to kill him.
right? Like when he was fatally, like when he was bent over and couldn't breathe. The jail staff's not trying to help him, so he had to be rushed to Duke Hospital. Yeah, they said that he was clinging to, like, on a string for his life. Yeah, like we almost lost R. Kelly. And so from what I heard happened, his lawyers reached out and was asking Trump to pardon him. This happened a few days before our.
Let me stop there because I could talk about that.
Yeah. They just roll like a move.
And I think he's doing it because I had known this from my past, and I think if you probably had added it, it probably would have been better. Probably, I'm assuming, but because I added it.
I don't know either.
Okay, I think I probably should let you add the video. I'm waiting on it to pop back up. There you go. So basically, R. Kelly had kind of gotten when he filed a motion, and he filed his lawyer filed a motion for him. They were trying to get him it was some kind of treatment or whatever he was supposed to get. He was supposedly, they told him that he had blood clots on his lung and his liver, and he needed surgery. But they were denying him the surgery. So his lawyer but they said that he would have to have a week recovery, and they felt like he was just trying to get out so he wouldn't be, out of the prison for 5 days, whatever. And so his lawyer had filed a motion, and so I think as a punishment for his lawyer filing the motion, they put him in solitary confinement.
Mm-hmm.
And he was taking his anxiety medicine already. He's taking anxiety medicine and all these different little medicine to help him sleep and stuff. And so they gave him a lethal dose of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they gave him the lethal dose of it, he started seeing spots, started to feel kind of faint, and he actually collapsed. He was, he kind of fell. He crawled to the door before he actually, fainted and passed, lost consciousness altogether. So they took him and rushed him to the hospital at that point. And it's determined that he had received a lethal dose of this medication. So he's in fear for his life. He feels like that they are trying to kill him. And so his lawyers filed another motion to try to get him where he can serve house arrest.
Mm-hmm.
But what's probably going to end up happening is they probably going to end up shipping him to a whole nother prison somewhere, probably eventually. I don't know. I don't think they're going to give him no house arrest because I think he got a 30-year sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I think it's 30 years.
Yeah, I think he got a 30-year sentence. So I just can't see him doing house arrest for 30 years. So I'm thinking they're probably going to end up, trying to move him or get him moved to some other prison that's probably a little better than where he is, where he can kind of, just do the rest of his time or whatever. So that's the story. That's the tea. And he was literally clinging on for his life based on what the reports were. So it wasn't good, but I think he has kind of recovered since then. But so I'm still questioning now, like, So are the blood clots still there? Because if you got blood clot, that's the dangerous. Blood clot on your in your lung and your leg. Because some things can move at any minute and boom, you out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just me, with my sometimes conspiracy thought thinking self. It's just me. I wonder was it just a ploy to get them out of there?
You mean the officers?
Yeah. I mean they had to create some sort of narrative because they say he's been getting threatened and all this stuff and he's been, feared for his life. So they had to come up with some sort of, uh ploy of
But so this is my question. But are the threats coming from other inmates or are they coming from the prison people themselves? Because that's where it's unclear to me because he was mad about being in solitary confinement, solitary confinement. If he was complaining about being, he said that was a punishment for them putting him in there as a punishment for him filing that motion. That means he didn't want to be. He would rather be in general population. And if you want to be in Gen Pop, you ain't fearing for your life from the inmates. If you want to be in Gen Pop, you see what I'm saying? So I'm wondering is he fearing for his life or he's being threatened by the officers and or the people running the prison. So that's kind of where I'm confused because if you saying you filed this motion, they put you in solitary confinement because of they trying to punish you because you filed a motion. So that means you rather be in Gen Pop. And if you rather be in Gen Pop, you ain't in Gen Pop fearing for your life.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
We only can get what the media give us anyway. So they just me thinking, I don't know. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's more to the story than what we're getting.
Right.
And supposedly he's supposed to be getting all these back pay for royalties and all that stuff.
Yeah, you took the words up now. Yeah,
so is that yeah? So I'm thinking. So is that something that they found out? Oh, he's gonna get all this money, and somebody then hit him with the you gonna pay me for some protection, or we gonna let these folks get at you type thing. You know what I'm saying? Is it one of them type things or like? So it's something to the story that ain't being told.
Yep.
But it's just ironically, it's been quiet with R. Kelly until they start talking about this money he's supposed to be getting or then get.
He did that cover Chris Brown song. I think they kind of like let the cat out the bag too.
Yeah, so it's something is going on. And I think I think it has to do with that money.
Yep.
And we just not getting the full story on it. I believe that's just my personal take on it. Anywho. All right, man. It's been another good one, man.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly as Queen would say.
I'm giving me a shirt made. Say
allegedly.
And don't do too much.
And don't do too much. Allegedly, don't do too much. Allegedly. Man, well, thank you again, man, for you guys for being here today, man. I am broadcasting from Cancun, man, as you guys can see, my beautiful view of Cancun back there. Yeah. So we are
to the bride and groom, man, Clarence's daughter. His
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are. I actually got a chance to meet the groom last night, and some of his family members. Actually, I had one of his family members. The groom's mother sister said she lived in Memphis for 7 years. She was from Ohio, but she lived in Memphis for 7 years because she mentioned Whitehaven, Hacks Cross, all that. I was like, okay, then, And now she lives in ATL. And so we just happened to be talking we were down at the bar talking, and She started. She's like, yeah, I lived in Memphis for 7 years. We like, oh, what are the odds? Then we found out that she was kin to the groom. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, so we excited, man, about the wedding today. Shout out to them, man, on their big wedding day, man. This is Cheryl's daughter. Cheryl, Clarence's fiance, Cheryl, her daughter and fiance, they're getting married on the beach today at 2:00. And so shout out to them, man, for coming all the way to Cancun to have a destination wedding.
It's already 10 o'clock
Yeah.
there, right?
Nah, it's 8:00. I mean, well, it's 9. It's gonna be 9.
Oh, y'all on the same time. Okay.
Yeah, same time. Yep. All right, man. Look, it's been a good one, man. Thank you guys for tuning in today to the 2 Minute Heads podcast, man. We are trying to gain as much traction as we can get. When I get back, man, we're gonna start working on making some video clips, some snippets of some of these shows to get out here, try to generate some more increased activity to our page and to our YouTube channel as well. So we're gonna have to break these things down and do some snippets of some shows, man. So thank you guys for your participation. We, as always, we want you guys to continue to share these videos. And then we're gonna make it easier because a lot of times when you share the whole live, people sometimes they won't watch the entire show, but they'll watch a 3-4 minute snippet of the show, you know what I mean, stuff like that, or a minute snippet. So what we're gonna start making some at least 3-minute snippets, 3 minutes and less snippets of these shows, where different parts of the shows that people can actually see to draw some interest to come in and checking us out. Yep. If there be nothing else, all hearts and all minds clear.
Happy Juneteenth.
Show lives. Today is Juneteenth. Yeah. Shout out to Juneteenth, man. Yeah. We was all I got up. I woke up this morning thinking about eating and the wedding. That's all I woke up thinking about. Look, eating, the wedding, and the show. So,
but anywho, when I saw the weather, I was like, "Dog, do I need to try to leave in there early or whatever?" But it is what it is. When I get them. Yeah.
So in the morning, I may only be on for about 30 minutes in the morning because we doing horseback ride, ATVs, and zip line tomorrow, and it starts at 9:30. So I might, I don't know. And my cell service is pretty good here. Every time I'm in Mexico, my cell service is pretty good, and they don't charge us for calls or texts and stuff like that. So hopefully, I'll be able to stay on the whole time while we're traveling to our destination. Rodney said, if I take someone out for their birthday, I'm not paying for the whole party unless they are children. But still, I need to know this ahead of time. Absolutely. Yeah, it's got to be agreed upon whether or not I pay for it or not. Definitely has to be agreed. Yeah. All right, come on, prayers out, Levette.
Lord God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for just waking us up this morning. Lord God, thank you for just traveling grace for Tony and his family arriving just safely. And congratulations to the bride and groom, and love being shown. Continue to touch everything that we're doing to make people better versions of themselves. Give them traveling grace on the way back. And we actually continue to touch this day. We actually do this in your son Jesus' name. Say amen.
Amen. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bad time.
Same bad place.
2 Minute Hats. Let's talk about
the 2 Minute Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.